Hi, my name's Anusha Loves, this is David OK, and this is With Every Heartbeat. Enjoy. Maybe we could make it alright. We could make it better sometime. Maybe we could make it happen, babe. We could keep trying, but things will never change. So I don't look back. Still I'm dying with every step I take. I'm on fire, baby. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hi, my name's Anusha Loves, and you're watching The Journey. Whatever you do, do it with love.
Hi Anusha.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to The Journey. So do you prefer to be called Anusha Loves or Anusha?
You can call me Anusha or Anusha Loves, totally up to you.
Okay.
Totally up to you, but thank you for having me, I'm very
You're
excited.
welcome. I'm glad that you're here. So I've been watching your videos, I've been following you on Instagram. You're stunning,
wow.
by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I think that you are a firecracker, a sight for sore eyes. I think is the right
thank you.
saying. So how did you get into music?
I got into music, it must be about 10 years ago now, and it was just, I was on a random night out and I met this producer, just randomly, and we literally just got talking, exchanged numbers, and he said to me, I've got this project that I think would be perfect for, can you sing?
Okay.
And I was like,
Wow.
I'm not really sure, but you know, I'll go with the flow, and so we met up, and one thing led to another, and we decided to start working on some music together.
Right. You both know as women that sex sells. So
It does, yeah.
take.
Sorry, I'm just gonna lift my top up as I say that.
It's fine, because this is the thing. This is what men are attracted to.
It's true, yeah.
To be completely honest, if a man sees an attractive woman who is a singer, and even if she doesn't have the best voice, he will buy that album just because he is drawn to what he's attracted to. Sex does sell. I know it's unfortunate, but that's just the way of the world.
Yeah.
And you want to take your music in a completely different direction. You want to talk about important issues. But do you think that your singles will sell as well?
Oh, interesting question. I think it depends. The reason why I'm doing this now is not because I want to be famous, or it's because I want to. I guess I want to do it my way, and it's really important that when for example, I have children, I want to be able to show them that it's something I'm proud of.
Exactly.
And I wasn't necessarily proud of the stuff I did previously, where I was very raunchy. I was very raunchy.
Right.
I was very raunchy, and I'm not necessarily proud of that. And I want to be able to, say if I have a young girl, to be like, look, this is what Mummy did. This is when Mummy was a singer, and this is what she did. And
before she finds it herself.
Yeah, so even if, for example, this album I'm working on doesn't sell, you know what, it's not about that. It's about doing something because I love to do it.
Of course.
And it's about putting my heart and soul into it, and whatever comes. But it's about doing it with love.
If you take a look at the media industry, if you take a look at the amount of followers they have, Beyonce and Rihanna are a lot more popular. Do you think that's because they show a lot more flesh? Possibly. Is it their voices? Because Janelle is an incredible singer.
Oh, she's amazing.
You're amazing too.
Oh,
But
thank you.
I'm just thinking to myself, if you were to cover up more, like say for example you decided, okay, I want to wear a suit in my videos now instead of like a figure-hugging dress.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get as much views as you did with your raunchier stuff?
You know what? I think the way the industry has gone, a lot of women are feeling like they need to be super sexy.
Exactly.
But I tell you what, let's take Beyonce for example. I'm not a particular fan of Beyonce at the moment, but you back backtrack to Beyonce in her early years when she was a little bit more wholesome, she was still sexy. She was still sexy, but you know what? It wasn't all out there. She wasn't like in the sand, you know,
crawling around,
doing the booty shape. You know what I mean? Like she was a little bit more tasteful. I would say she didn't need to do that because her voice does the work. So
you seem disappointed.
I am disappointed because I wasn't just a fan of Beyonce. I was a super fan. I wish she would go back to tone it down. She doesn't need to.
Absolutely,
she can sing really, really well.
Absolutely,
and you know what? Like I wish she would go back. I wish she didn't feel like she needed to compete in this uber hypersexualized environment
with younger girls, and I think that's also
I think that could be an issue. And you know what, as women we don't need to do it, and I wouldn't call myself a feminist, but I'm a supporter of women, and I really feel like this is something which we see in society also, whereas women, it's a really interesting quote, whereas men don't compete against men, whereas women, just the way society has formed, where a lot of women compete against each other, and you know what, you don't need to do that. Okay, just because I can recognise you're beautiful, it doesn't mean I'm any less beautiful.
This is it, yeah.
We don't need to compete.
Exactly.
In fact, together we rise. So I don't know. I wish that would be shown more in the industry.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Actually, I've been saying for some time now. When people say one artist has stolen another artist's shine, that's not true. I think everyone has their time to shine. All of you have different gifts, different talents.
Exactly, yeah.
So you can't steal someone else's shine. It's
Absolutely.
either your time or it's not your time. It's as simple as that.
I'm in complete agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, as a child, I had some really quite awful experiences, and I hadn't realised that those experiences as a child had actually affected who I was as an adult, and it did affect me, and it would affect me, and I wouldn't really understand why I was behaving in certain ways, why I was reacting in certain ways, and it really got to a point where a family member got ill, and it really started making me look at my childhood and start understanding and processing the bad things that had happened to me and relating them to my adult life. Wow. I basically had to reprogram my entire mentality, my entire physicality.
Yeah.
I started working out. I started researching about learning about life.
Wow,
started reading Deepak Chopra. It just really growing and developing as a human being, as a person, looking into my soul, which I never really worked on before. I never really worked on my soul before.
Okay, so did you travel? Did you travel the world to find yourself?
I did a little bit of travelling. I also have to give credit to some wonderful people that were around me who really kept me going and showed me love. And I think when you don't love yourself, you really need people to show you love, so that you can understand what love is.
Of course.
And it's contagious, it's infectious, which is why I say I call myself Anusha Loves, because I finally love, and now I'm at this point of loving myself, and not only myself but loving life and the world. I just want to share that. I want to spread that message.
You are, through your music, you definitely
are.
Oh,
thank you.
You actually did a cover of one of my all-time favourite songs.
Okay, what was that?
Robin.
Oh, I love that song.
I know you did. And when I was listening to it, it just brought back memories. I absolutely love Robin, her music. And something I love about her as well is that she's so unique. She's a unique,
she's so cool
individual. She doesn't feel the need to expose herself.
Exactly what we were talking about.
Is still a successful artist.
Absolutely, she had a #1 single with that track, and it just goes to show,
Exactly.
You really, I think you need to stay true to yourself,
and
It's
the
every
most
heartbeat.
important thing. Yeah,
Every heartbeat.
I really love that song.
So do I. Also, do you feel any pressure when you cover an artist's song to kind of live up to an expectation? Because I mean, they're really established artists. I mean, like they might be known internationally.
Yeah.
Do you feel as though you have to perform so well that you kind of match them?
Oh, you know what? I've never thought that before, but I might do from now on.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I think, look, you're not going to be able to please everyone, and
True.
I just think that you have to do something because you love it. I mean, I chose that particular song because I love that song, and you know, at the time, I could really relate to it. I mean, I had this awful breakup. So, you know, it was very therapeutic to me, and that's why I felt the song. I was living the song, and I was like, you know what?
In your voice, yeah.
I need to cover this song. Like, I was singing it in my bedroom, like, so much. I was like, okay, let's do a cover. So I just think, you know what? People are always going to criticize, but you just do you, and at the end of the day, some people won't like it,
And
some people
love
will.
you. Yeah.
I told you that I went through this awful time, and I'd done this, you know, I needed to do some growth because I literally hit rock bottom, and I was like, that's it. I'm gonna change my life. I'm gonna take control of my life. And there was this very interesting quote, and it's, to be a balanced human being, you need to enter 4 rooms every day: an emotional room, a mental room, a physical room, and a spiritual room.
Okay.
And this is how you maintain balance, you maintain zen. So you will find me in my gym gear, and you know, my physical appearance, I feel it is an element, but that's not me. It's not me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also, I think as women, just the way society is structured, where we put so much value onto how we look. Men don't have this problem to deal with. If that's the case, if all you're valuing yourself on is your looks, your value is depreciating.
And I think it's vital that you communicate this in your music. And I'm glad that your music is going in a different direction, because I believe that you will be able to encourage the masses. I mean, a lot of young girls will look up to you and be like, you know what, she's successful. And look at what she's talking about. Look, I can do this. I mean, in their chosen fields, of course.
Yeah.
And they won't feel the need to kind of degrade themselves in order to reach success, you know? And that's the most important thing.
One of the artists that I really look up to is Alicia Keys, and you know,
and what she's doing without makeup, and she's taking a stand.
Yeah,
good for you. Saving some money too.
Yeah. Makeup is so expensive, but it's not.
So is a hairdresser, you know.
Yeah.
Saving loads.
Yeah. No, definitely, and not only that. Like I look at going back to societal issues. The majority of makeup we use, the majority of beauty products we use, have poisonous chemicals in them called parabens, which cause cancer. And so, you know what I mean? Like, so in this pursuit of beauty, you're in the long term possibly getting ill, and also you're going to be making yourself ugly.
So I want to thank you so much for your time, Anusha.
No, thank you.
We appreciate your viewpoint. I believe you're going to inspire and encourage a lot of women and a lot of men. Hopefully it will change their mindset as well. Seeing a beautiful woman who also is intelligent, you know. We don't see enough of that nowadays, and I'm glad that you were here, and I hope you do run for Prime Minister one day.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
You're absolutely welcome. So on the journey, we always bless our guests with a gift. So so I have a little something for you. I'm horrible at rapping, so I didn't do that, but I hope it's of good use.
Wow. Well, you really shouldn't have.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just to say thank you so much for your time.
Oh, this is beautiful.
I look forward to listening to your new material as well. I will be rooting
so
for
much.
you.
Thank you.
Again.
Mwah.
just drive me crazy. Every time you come next to me makes me lose my mind. You got me under.